Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. Today we are going to do some embossing and some really fun embossing too, something a little different. This card is all about the sparkle and shine, but I also have a die cut in here because it is for the challenge over at Cut It Up. So I have this very shiny piece. I have a layering piece. And I have my card base, which is a little different size. For me, it's a 4x6. And then I have the die cut, which was cut from a sparkle paper and then cut from just a blue piece of cardstock. I'm going to start out by just spraying this dark blue piece with some spray adhesive. Then I'm going to go ahead and cover it with this very fine crystal glitter. Once that's done, I'll set that aside to dry and move on to the layering piece. I decided I wanted to go ahead and emboss that, so I'm sticking a little piece of cereal board in the embossing folder with the piece I want to emboss. You'll see that the snowflakes are very heavy at the top and get lighter at the bottom, but I wanted to keep it heavy throughout. So this is the way I did this. I went ahead and popped it up with that cereal box so it would very heavily emboss that. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and run it through my embossing machine. Now you may need to play around a little bit and decide exactly what kind of scrims you need or shims you need. You may not need what you normally would use since you're adding that cardstock. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, and you'll see that it really heavily embossed the top, but not so much the bottom. Now mine has a place where you can slide it through the top, and actually I could have probably just done it half and half. And if I were to do this again, I would do it that way and not include the cardboard in there, the cereal box. But if your embossing folder doesn't open from the top like that, then this is a good way to remedy it. You can flip it over the other way and just add this piece of cereal box or cardboard in, and then it will deeply emboss that side and keep it up off the rest of your snowflakes there. All right, so let's run this through again and let's see how this works out for us. Okay, let's open it up and see what we have. And I think it looks pretty good. Now, since I'm using this to edge around, I'm not too concerned about the middle, but here's another embossing tip for you. You can come in and kind of finger press in some things. For example, I wanted more snowflakes off the edge of this because I really want to use this just to frame out the really shiny piece that we're making. So I'm just going to come in and just with my thumb, I'm just pressing down, and that's enough pressure to get those snowflakes around the edge. So you can see there that put that little snowflake in there. So you can fill in spots that you might want to have a little more embossing going on just simply by strategically placing your folder and just rubbing your thumb over exactly the spot you want to add some embossing. Okay, let's address this really gorgeous shiny piece. I did this with Deco Foil, and what I did is I used some double-sided tape here, and it's a big block of it. It comes in sheets, and what I'm going to do is take that sheet of tape and I'm going to put it over the cardstock, and then I'll run it through the embossing folder after adding the foil. So first, place double stick tape on your cardstock, then place the entire piece on the wrong side of your Deco Foil. I'm going to sort of burnish that on with my fingers. You don't need to do too much because we're going to be running it through the embossing machine. I'm going to cut away the excess around the edges, and then I'm going to place it on my embossing plate, and I'm going to shim it appropriately. So I'm going to stick it inside the folder here and just lay it on the embossing plate, shim it, and put it through the embossing machine. So now I'm going to roll it through my embossing machine. It's come out. We're going to take it out of the folder And there it is. Let's remove the carrier sheet. And you can see that it is just so pearlescent, so shiny. It is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Back to the snowflake now. I'm just going to take a little precision tip glue, put a few little dots on there, and I'm going to glue that on to our glitter piece and place a block on top and let that dry. Now we're coming back and we're going to go ahead and adhere the little snowflake onto our piece. And here's a little tip for you. If you take a ruler and just lay it down, you can find the middle pretty easily and just put it on without marking and doing some heavy duty measuring. I eyeballed it, the vertical, but the horizontal, I just laid the ruler on, as you can see, and then laid the snowflake into place. If you watch many of my videos, you know when the pearls or gems come out, we're pretty close to the end of the video, and we definitely are. So all I'm going to do is choose one of these little gems. They're sort of pearlescent and sort of match that background. So I thought this would be a good fit. I'm just going to place it in the middle of the snowflake. They are self-stick, so it's really easy. Right, I hope you enjoyed our embossing video today. I had a lot of fun. I had never done this kind of embossing before, so it was kind of fun to use that Deco Foil in a different way. And you know, if you have some and you're not just real keen on getting out the heat tools and that sort of thing, then this is a great way to use that Deco Foil, and it definitely adds a lot of shine. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy the video I did using aluminum foil. You're going to find that up in the right-hand corner of your screen. You can just click it and go over and watch that. All right, have a wonderful week. Any questions or comments, leave them in the box below and I'll get back to you. Bye.